Lindos is an archaeological site, a town and a former municipality on the island of Rhodes, in the Dodecanese, Greece. Since the 2011 local government reform, it is part of the municipality Rhodes, of which it is a municipal unit. It lies on the east coast of the island. It is about 50 kilometers south of the town of Rhodes, and its fine beaches make it a popular tourist and holiday destination. Lindos is situated in a large bay and faces the fishing village and small resort of Hauraki. History: Lindos was founded by the Dorians led by the king Ptolemy of Rhodes, who arrived in about the 10th century BC. It was one of 6 Dorian cities in the area known as the Dorian Hexapolis. The eastern location of Rhodes made it a natural meeting place between the Greeks and the Phoenicians, and by the 8th century Lindos was a major trading center. In the 6th century it was ruled by Cleobulus, one of the 7 sages of Greece. The importance of Lindos declined after the foundation of the city of Rhodes in the late 5th century. In classical times, the Acropolis of Lindos was dominated by the massive Temple of Athena Lindia, which attained its final form in around 300 BC. In Hellenistic and Roman times, the temple precinct grew, as more buildings were added. In early medieval times, these buildings fell into disuse, and in the 14th century they were partly overlaid by a massive fortress built on the Acropolis by the Knights of St. John to defend the island against the Ottomans. Acropolis. Above the modern town rises the Acropolis of Lindos, a natural citadel which was fortified successively by the Greeks, the Romans, the Byzantines, the Knights of St. John and the Ottomans. This makes the site difficult to excavate and interpret archaeologically. The Acropolis offers spectacular views of the surrounding harbors and coastline. On the Acropolis of Lindos to date, parts of the following buildings may still be seen. The Doric Temple of Athena Lindia, dating from about 300 BC, built on the site of an earlier temple. Inside the temple is the table of offerings and the base of the cult statue of Athena. The propylaea of the sanctuary, also dating from the 4th century BC. A monumental staircase leads to a D-shaped stoa and a wall with 5 door openings. The Hellenistic stoa with lateral projecting wings, dating from about 200 BC. The stoa was 87 meters long and consisted of 42 columns. The well-known relief of a Rhodian trireme cut into the rock at the foot of the steps leading to the Acropolis. On the bow stood a statue of General Hargasander, the work of the sculptor Pythokritos. The relief dates from about 180 BC. The Hellenistic staircase leading to the main archaeological area of the Acropolis. Remains of a Roman temple, possibly dedicated to the Emperor Diocletian and dating from about 300 AD. The Acropolis is surrounded by a Hellenistic wall contemporary with the propylaea and the stairway leading to the entrance to the site. A Roman inscription says that the wall and square towers were repaired at the expense of Pelias Hargita, the priest of Athena in the 2nd century AD. The castle of the Knights of St. John, built some time before 1317 on the foundations of older Byzantine fortifications. The walls and towers follow the natural conformation of the cliff. A pentagonal tower on the south side commanded the harbor, the settlement and the road from the south of the island. There was a large round tower on the east facing the sea and 2 more, one round and the other on a corner, on the northeast side of the encinta. Today one of the towers at the southwest corner and one to the west survive. The Greek Orthodox Church of St. John, dating from the 13th or 14th century and built on the ruins of a previous church, which may have been built as early as the 6th century. Some scenes of the well-known film, The Guns of Navarone, were filmed here. Gallery. View to the Acropolis. Staircase of the propylaea. Castle of Lindos. Doric Temple of Athena Lindia. Columns of the Hellenistic stoa. View of the summit of the Acropolis. Medieval gate of the Acropolis. Church of St. John on the Acropolis. panoramic view. Excavations. Excavations were carried out at Lindos in the years 1900 to 1914 by the Carlsberg Institute of Denmark, directed by K.F. Kinch and Christian Blinkenberg. The Acropolis site was excavated down to bedrock and the foundations of all the buildings were uncovered. During the Italian occupation of the island, major restoration work was carried out on the Lindos Acropolis, but it was poorly done and was harmful to the historic record. The northeast side of the Temple of Athena was restored. The monumental staircase to the Propylaea was rebuilt and many of the columns of the Hellenistic Stoa were re-erected. Large surfaces were covered with concrete. Bases and inscribed blocks were taken from their locations and placed along the restored walls. Judged by modern standards, this work took insufficient note of the evidence available from the excavations and in its methods did damage to the remains themselves. In recent years, Greek and international archaeologists under the supervision of the Greek Ministry of Culture have been working to restore and protect the ancient buildings on the site. Gallery. Cleobulus of Lindos statue. The Byzantine Panagia Church with the bell tower is located in the center of the village. The bell tower. The beach of Eliha Bay. View of a street. Old house. Door at the town. The 13th century Greek Orthodox Church of St. Peter. St. Paul's Church is now popular as a wedding chapel. Beach of Lindos. St. Paul's Bay, where it is reported the apostle landed during a storm. View of Eliha Bay. Chapel of St. George Paimahiates. Notable people from Lindos. Cherries of Lindos. Sculptor, constructed the Colossus of Rhodes. Cleobulus of Lindos. Patriarch Joannisius II of Constantinople. Ioannis Zigdish, politician and economist.